Established in 1976, the Export-Import Bank of Korea has actively supported Korea's export-led economy and promoted economic cooperation with foreign countries as Korea's national export credit agency. It provides loans and guarantees to Korea-based companies doing business abroad and also overseas the operations of government-sponsored funds, such as the Economic Development Cooperation Fund, the Inter-Korean Cooperation Fund, and the Supply Chain Resilience Fund. In the face of global uncertainties, Korea has achieved gradual economic recovery, primarily driven by a strong rebound in exports. Our nation reached an all-time high of $683 billion in exports, positioning Korea as the world's sixth largest exporter. At the heart of this achievement, spanning semiconductors, ships, automobiles, and more, stood KEXIM, providing 81.7 trillion Korean won in financial support. The bank's 2024 business plan outlines 4 core strategies and 10 core agendas, with the collective goals of expanding the global footprint for Korean exporters in the face of tectonic shifts, stabilizing global supply chains, and facilitating a transition to an eco-friendly, low-carbon economy. By the end of 2023, despite the challenging global economic conditions affecting Korea, the country's export volume saw a positive turnaround, entering a growth phase for the first time in 13 months. Although unfavorable conditions for exports persisted into 2024, including high interest rates and delayed global economic recovery, the bank focused its efforts on sustaining growth momentum. The bank supported a total of 81.7 trillion Korean won in credit. Thanks to these efforts, Korea's export volume reached $683.8 billion in 2024, surpassing the 2022 total of $683.6 billion and achieving the highest export performance in history. The bank runs the Supply Chain Stabilization Financial Program, which aims to support 65 trillion Korean won across the 5 key sectors from 2023 to 2025. The program will leverage the newly launched Supply Chain Resilience Fund to promote global supply chain stability. Also, the bank plays a pivotal role in financing natural resource projects involving Korean entities and their subsidiaries. As part of its ongoing commitment to a low-carbon transition, the bank allocated 1.5 trillion Korean won in 2024 to support the renewable energy sector. In response to the rapidly changing industrial landscape driven by protectionism, the bank is actively supporting a broad range of future industries to help Korean companies thrive and expand in emerging markets. To respond swiftly and proactively to an unfavorable management environment, such as weakened supply chains and increased volatility, the bank has identified new roles as beyond core and laid the foundation. In 2024, the bank furthered its commitment to achieving its ESG goals, building on the ESG roadmap established in 2021. The bank has revised its mid- to long-term ESG financing target, increasing it from 180 trillion Korean won to 220 trillion Korean won. This enhanced target underscores its dedication to advancing sustainable development, supporting environmentally friendly and socially responsible industries, and enabling Korean companies to bolster their competitiveness in the global ESG landscape. The following are ESG initiative-related details in 2024: environmental at 21.4 trillion won, social at 6.4 trillion won. The bank's total financial support issued in 2024 reached 81.7 trillion won, increased 7% compared to the last year's 76.4 trillion. In accordance with the government's industrial policy promoting the growth of high-tech strategic industries, the bank has operated the High-Tech Strategic Industry Facilitation Program since 2021. The program supports 5 key sectors. Total disbursements under the High-Tech Strategic Industry Facilitation Program in 2024 reached 9.2 trillion Korean won. To facilitate innovative growth industries, the bank has focused on providing support to the following 9 priority sectors. The bank extended 31.7 trillion Korean won to these priority sectors in 2024, representing a 27.8% increase over the previous year. EDCF's steadily increased volume facilitated the implementation of key tasks aimed at enhancing development effectiveness. In 2024, EDCF committed $3.3 billion and dispersed 1.8 trillion Korean won, achieving its highest ever performance since its establishment in 1987. IKCF's financial support in 2024 totaled 33 billion Korean won, of which was dispersed in the form of grants. Its cumulative disbursements since its establishment in 1991 stand at 7.2 trillion Korean won as of the end of 2024. SCRF was established within the bank in compliance with the Framework Act on Supply Chain Stabilization Support for Economic Security. The fund has approved a total of 2.1 trillion Korean won in funding for 22 projects since its launch in September 2024. For 2025, Korea KEXIM Bank has set core strategies and 15 core agendas to pave the way in national export activities, overcoming crises, and achieving economic stability. It will maintain its steadfast efforts to uphold its economic and social responsibilities as a global export credit agency. For more information on the activities of the Export-Import Bank of Korea, please visit www.koreaexim.go.kr.